Good morning, students. This is Miss Leepy, and you're welcome to the online video teaching session of Academic World School Bemitra. Now, before starting my today's topic, that is on function and chart, I will recommend you to go and watch my previous video that was on cell referencing, because it will help you to understand the function in a better way. So without wasting time, let's start our video. Students, over here I have taken this table, and this table you may say small report card type, where I will show you this function of sum, average, if, max and min. At last we will generate the chart. Now over here in the previous video actually we have learned how to find out the addition of the numbers, means by taking the cell address, right? It is equal to C4 plus D4 plus E4 plus F4 plus G4. If you will look, you are getting the right result. But I have a question. Might be the same question is coming into your mind. That is, can't we make it short? Yes, we can. Why to mentioning the cell address all the time? And 5 times we have taken over here in only 5 data. Okay, in the real world applications when we will going to do the project or something like that, there will be many number of cell to add. Then that time what we will going to do? So the next method is by taking the sum function. So what is a sum function is? Sum function also helps you to add the numbers, where you need to give the range of the cell, where you need to give the range of the cell. If you will see, look, it is taking from C4 to G4. That means 98 to 100. But you will be getting confused, ma'am, why we have given this colon sign here. Dear, this colon sign means you have selected the range, you have given the range, means from C4 to G4. This is the syntax of sum function. Now, what is syntax? Syntax means the rules of writing the function. Okay, now rules means, I'm giving a short example. In place of colon, what if I will give semicolon here? Will this work? Let's see. Look, it is showing the error. It is not taking. It is not taking the semicolon sign, because Excel knows the rule of taking colon, not semicolon. Look, it is written, Microsoft Excel found an error in the formula you have entered. Do you want to accept the correction proposed? And what is the proposed correction is? Colon sign. Look, this is the proposed correction. Got it, students? Why syntax is necessary? Okay, then press enter, you will get the result. And now you people know how to copy and paste. Yes, in a series of cell, if you want to copy the formula, you simply need to click and drag. And if I will show you the formula, you will see this cell address is automatically changing. Look. Clear, students? Now this way we can find out what is the sum function and how we can work with this sum function. There are many more ways by using the same sum function but in the different method. Let me show you one or two. Equal to sum. Previously what we have done, we have taken the whole range C4 to G4. Now what we will going to do is we will select each cell individually. Means I have selected C4, then I am putting a comma here, then 100, same way, comma, E4, comma, F4, comma, G4. Okay students, now close the bracket. This is one way. The other way is SUM, then giving a bracket. Now previously what we were doing, we have taken the whole range. Now again what we were going to do is, we will going to take half of it. Let's take half of it, till 97. But still we need to add 90 and 100. For that what we will do is, got it? I have selected it individually, that means I have mixed the above two methods. Now click enter. Let me show you the result. Look, 485, 485, 485. But we will not going to discuss in details because you will get to know these Excel function in details when you will get promoted to class 9 or 10. But in class 7, we will going to discuss the easiest way to find out the total. That is writing sum function and giving the cell range. Okay students? Now, let's start with the average. Average is also what the same type of the way we are writing the sum. Just in place of sum, we need to write average here. Then after giving average, we need to select the range. Close it, press enter. Look. Okay students, this is the way to find out the total and average. Now, we have completed sum. Let me highlight it. We have completed average, and now the most interesting part of this video has come up, that is if function. What is if? The if is a conditional statement. This if is a conditional statement. But what is this conditional statement, or if actually statement, why I am telling, because in programming language it is known as a statement, I'm sorry, but in Excel it is known as a function. So if is a conditional function here. And what is this conditional function is? Let's give you an example. If somebody will ask you, are you hungry? What will be your answer? Either yes or no. Okay, let me give you one more example. The sun rises in the east. The easiest most example. The sun rises in the east. Everybody knows, yes, it rises in the east. So, either true or false. Both can't be at the same time. So, in basis of the condition, your answer should be either yes or no, true or false. But how this if will work over here? Let me show you. This is the average The students have scored. Now let's take the condition. If the student has scored less than 35, okay, pay attention student. If the student has scored less than 35, that means that particular student has failed. And if the student is scoring greater than or equal to 35, the student is passed. Now how to fit all these conditions with the parameters with the right answer and the wrong, that is true or false, in a single step, in a single line? How to find it out? Equal to if bracket open. Now what you need to do? You need to give the condition. That is I4 is greater than equal to 35. If I4 is greater than equal to 35, then the student is pass, otherwise fail. Look at the syntax carefully. What I have written, it's if I4 is greater than equal to 35, then the student is passed or he or she is failed. Now this is the condition, and if this condition satisfies, that is if the number, that is 97, is greater than equal to 35, this will run true, otherwise false. You may see the syntax here. Look. Fine. So let's see whether Akhil is passed or failed. Okay. Pass. Click and drag. Copy the formula. Now out of 5, 3 students have passed and these 2 have failed. Now student, I will going to request you, if you have any friend named David and Emmy, please don't start teasing them. I have just taken their name as an example. I don't know basically personally who is David and Emmy here. Okay, don't tease them. Okay, everybody. Now, so if you will see the condition, that is 26.8 and 29, these two are less than 35. So this fail answer is coming. Otherwise, these 3 are pass. Now there are nested if also. In nested if, there are many such conditions like this. There are many such conditions. Actually, nested if over here is used when we are trying to give the student the grades A, B, C, D, E, A plus. Okay. But we are not doing that over here right now. We are going to discuss it in some other video. So I think you have understood the if function also. Now max and mean. Max and mean are the most easiest Excel functions. Easiest, I will say. Only you need to do is to write max. Okay. Max, actually max returns the maximum, that means the highest marks scored by the student. Means if I want to find out the highest mark scored by the student, we need to write equal to max and select the range. Press enter. Look, it is showing 485. Now, minimum is just the opposite. In place of max, you need to write min, and it will show you the lowest marks from the given range. That is 105. Look, 105. So students, today we have completed sum, average, if, max and mean, the basic Excel functions. Now we will going to discuss about chart. What is a chart? Especially students, nowadays everybody will ask the graphical or a pictorial representation of the data. Because if somebody will ask your class teacher or any such head, then just tell me in this class, in this section, who has scored the highest mark, and over here I have taken only 5 subjects. But basically in the class, if I will go, there are more than 30. Okay, in few even more than 40 also. Then for a single teacher, it is very difficult to say by going through these datas who have scored the highest, who has scored the highest and who has scored the lowest. So what we need to do is, we need to go to insert, we need to select the type of a chart. Over here in the chart group, you will see varieties of charts are there. But the all charts, the types of the charts depends on the type of output you want. Okay. Now over here I want only to see the highest student mark and the lowest one. So for that I am simply selecting the column here. Okay. Nothing has come up, right? You know why? Because I haven't select the data. I haven't select this name column and the total column to find out. Okay, let me show you. Select the name and select the total. Okay, now I have selected it. Okay student, look, we have successfully created this graph. Now if you will see students, over here we can clearly say Akhil has scored the highest mark and Amy has scored the lowest mark. Right? Now let's see, if I want Amy should score the highest now, what to do? What to do is, look, over here I'm just changing, I'm changing the data. And look, and your eyes should be stuck on this graph just to check whether Amy's graph is going upward or not. Let's see. Isn't it? Look. Amy is the highest now. And if you will see, the max has already changed and even the mean, because in the worksheet, means here in the worksheet, whatever the changes we are doing, it is clearly reflecting on the chart. I clear, students? Now one more thing I want to show you, that is over here. If you will see by default we are having only 7 tabs: home, insert, page layout, formula, data, review and view. But as soon as we were going to click on chart, you will see 3 more tabs appears over here, that is design, layout and format. In design, layout, format, what you need to do is you simply, if you want, it's feeling very boring, even I know that. Okay, if you want to change the color of Akhil's column, you want to do change this font size, you can do it by going this design and layout tab. So students, I will tell you to practice this at your home, and assignment related to this topic has already been uploaded in the ERP, so kindly download it, complete it and send me your work as soon as possible. And if you have any query, you may ask me via ERP. Thank you.